Namaste, my lovelies. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you've never practiced with me before. I'm Jess. Today I'll be guiding you through a Ahimsa yin practice. I know I've not been on YouTube for a little while. That's because I've been working on an exciting course, a meditation course. If you're interested, that will be on SkillShare, and I'll leave the link below for you. So as I mentioned, we'll be practicing an Ahimsa practice today, and bring along with you some cushions and some books. These will act as our props today, and we'll be holding each posture for around 20 breaths, so around 2 minutes. So when you're ready, get comfortable in a hero variation, sitting on the heels. If this is not a comfortable position for you, you're welcome to find a cross-legged seat. You can also take your cushion and place that between your heels and your sit bones for extra support. And when you arrive here, start to soften your gaze or close the eyes. Turn the palms upwards towards the sky. And start to tap into your breath. So an Ahimsa practice is all about non-harming. So we will be practicing being kind to ourselves, and that translates off the mat to others. So just think about how you can be kind to yourself right away. So that might look like choosing a different seated position to begin with. It might mean to breathe that little bit deeper. And just start to set an intention for your practice. Perhaps it's I choose to be kind, I am present, I choose to let go of anxiety, I choose to let go of stress. Maybe taking your hands to your heart space to feel into that intention. And once you have your intention, silently repeat that intention to yourself 3 times. And slowly release the hands, open the eyes, coming back to your surroundings. And then we'll dive on through into a tabletop position. As you arrive here, we'll bring the knees as wide as the mat, big toes together, taking your cushion between the heel and the sit bones for support. Take your books and place that at the center of the mat. Let's walk the hands towards the top of the mat and bring the sit bones down towards the heels. Take a deep inhale. As you exhale, melting the forehead down, finding a restful position here, resting your forehead on your books. Deep inhales and exhales as you arrive here. It might feel nice to massage the forehead. And we'll be here for 20 breaths. So coming back to that idea of Ahimsa, being kind to ourselves. We're very used to powering through in our yang practices, in our vinyasas. So allow yourself this moment to settle in. Notice how it feels to be supported by your props. Notice how it feels to breathe space into those areas of tightness. Maybe it's the lower back or your shoulders. So although this is quite a simple posture, but it can also bring in a lot of emotion. For now, keep tapping into your breath. Breathing in more space with each inhale. As you exhale, releasing the shoulders, the lower back. Let's take 10 more deep inhales and exhales here. So with the support of the makeshift block with your books, you can also find a deeper opening in the heart space. So try with each exhale, melting the heart space down towards the ground. Notice how that feels. Breathing into those areas where you can feel a stretch. Five more inhales and exhales here. And then slowly gripping into the hands to make your way into a tabletop position. Take your time. Walking the hands under the shoulders, removing your props. So find a tabletop position. Hands under the shoulders, knees under the hips, pressing into the tops of the feet. And we'll just take a few cat-cows here to counteract. So as you inhale, dropping the belly. As you exhale, rounding through chin to chest. Spreading the shoulder blades. Inhale, dropping the belly. Tailbone up towards the sky. Exhale, rounding through, pulling your belly button in towards your spine. Opening through the shoulder blades. And let's take 2 more at your own pace. then slowly come back into a neutral position. We'll come through a hero variation, swinging the legs to one side as you find your way to the center of your mat. Let's take the soles of your feet together. From here, let's take the hands to the arches of your feet, just gently massaging through the arches, thanking your feet for carrying you through the day, maybe taking it up to the ankles and the calves and the calves. Keep breathing, close the eyes. So from here, let's take the hands back to your arches or your ankles, with it, whichever feels more comfortable for you. And you can experiment with taking the feet further away from the body or closer towards the hips. From here, let's take your props. And this is different for everyone, so you may build a little bit of a fort here with your props. Just play a little bit with what works for you. From here, taking a deep inhale to lengthen through the spine. As you exhale, leading with the heart space. Finding your way into a fold, maybe resting your forehead on your props. Once you release the head, turn the palms up towards the sky and just relax here. We'll be here for 20 inhalations and exhalations. So as you inhale, breathe in space into the hips, into the upper back body. So notice what comes up. Can we choose to be kind to ourselves by finding a different perspective? Sometimes we look at things too closely and we can't see the bigger picture. So take a step back and observe, taking the judgment out, allowing yourselves to see a different perspective. Taking 10 more deep inhales and exhales here. Try to relax through your jaw. Release the skin off your face. Notice how by just sticking with this position, how you're able to get deeper. Maybe adjusting your props. And a little bit of rounding in the spine here is okay. So let go of any image, or let go of any ideas of perfection in this posture. Five more deep breaths here. And slowly releasing. Take your time, move slowly, removing your props, taking the soles of the feet onto the mat, using the hands for support as you windshield wiper the legs left to right. Again, move slowly, that should feel really good. Just to counteract that stretch. Try to sync your breath up with the movement here as you windshield wiper the legs. And then we'll move through into our next posture, extending the legs out long. So flex the feet here towards the face at first to protect the knees. And then we'll bring the little sole of your left foot in. So we're extending the right leg out, taking your props once again just on top of the thigh here. So you choose how you want to use these props. As you inhale, let's extend the arms up towards the sky. As you exhale, scraping your belly over the top of your cushion. Let's take a generous bend in the knees though as you find your fold. Maybe taking another prop here to rest your forehead. And as you arrive here, once again, turn the palms up towards the sky. Notice how this side feels. Finding some softness with each and every inhale and exhale here. And we'll be there for 20 breaths. And again, some rounding in the spine here is okay. Normally in a yang practice, what we tend to do is keep the spine straight, and that's okay too. What that does is increase the stretch in our hamstrings, but by rounding through slightly and bending the knees, we can also get a nice stretch in the upper back where we tend to store a lot of tension, and that can sometimes manifest in pain or discomfort in your shoulders and in the neck. It's a really good opportunity now to release some of that tension. So adjust your props as is needed. Practice being kind to yourself here on the mat. Notice the way that you speak to yourself. So acknowledge if you're trying to reach a certain position in a certain way. Try to let go of any expectations you have on yourself. And just enjoy this present moment here. Getting a nice stretch in your hamstrings and in your back body. Let's take 10 more deep inhales and exhales here. And then just slowly bring the palm back onto the mat, making your way back up. Remove your props. Let's extend the left leg out and just shake the legs here. Maybe windshield wiper the legs again if that feels good in your body. And then we'll make our way to the other side, so bring the right foot in. Keep flexing the left foot here to protect your knees, and take your props once again. As you inhale, extending the arms up, finding length in your spine. As you exhale, take a generous bend in that left knee. As you begin to fold, maybe adjusting your props. And then turn the palm up towards the sky, turn the palms up towards the sky. Maybe resting your props, resting your forehead onto your props. So even though this is a restful position, we still want to maintain some awareness in your feet and in the knees. So careful not to lock your knees here. We want this practice to be nice and safe and healing for our body. "20 deep inhales and exhales here to even it out on the side. Notice what comes up. Notice the differentiations between your left side and the right. And try to observe that difference from a place of non-judgment. So we spoke about different perspectives today. So see if you can observe it as just that, a different perspective. So 10 more breaths here. If your body wishes to take this posture a little bit further, you may do so by maybe removing some props. But please listen to your body. And then as you're ready, slowly bringing the palms back onto the mat as you walk the hands back in towards the body. Slowly releasing, removing your props. Extending the right leg. Again, shaking out the legs, maybe a windshield wiper the legs. And then we'll swing the legs around, finding that tabletop position once again. You may wish to take a couple of cat-cows here. Even those out, finding a neutral spine, taking the gaze straight down. We'll curl the toes under as you lift up and back, finding your downward facing dog. When you arrive here, pedal through the feet. So find some soft, easy movements. We won't be here long. As you're ready, we'll bring the right knee in towards the right wrist and then swing the right foot over towards the left. Finding our swan, or you may know this posture as pigeon in your yang practice. So again, be kind to yourself, use your props. So you might take a cushion under the right sit bone here. But careful not to dump all your weight towards the right. You may even it out by taking another cushion under the left hip crease. So even out the weight here, finding some support. Maybe taking your books to the center of the mat here. You may wish to just stay upright in your swan today. So staying here with the palms on the mat. If you wish to take it a little bit further, begin to walk the hands towards the top of the mat. Maybe coming onto the elbows, maybe resting your forehead on your books here. So find a variation that feels good in your body. Remembering Ahimsa. So what does your Ahimsa practice look like to you? So everybody is different. Taking 20 deep inhales and exhales here in your swan or sleeping swan. So this is quite a confrontational posture. And see if you can approach this confrontation from a different perspective. So explore what those different perspectives might look like to you. It could be breathing a little bit deeper. Maybe sighing it out on the exhale. Maybe switching it up by finding a slightly different posture. So if you're on the elbows, maybe coming up onto the palms. Or if you're on the palms, coming onto the elbows. So really make this posture your own. Let's take 10 more inhales and exhales here. Try and even out your hips. So with each breath, try to find something new. So it could be a place where you can release more tension, finding that evenness in your hips, releasing the shoulders, relaxing through the skin of your face and the jaw. And keep breathing, keep observing. And then just slowly making your way back onto the palms if you were in the sleeping swan variation. Removing your props. From here, press into the palms, curl the toes under to make your way back into downward facing dog, or maybe all fours if this position is not available. That's understandable after being in sleeping swan or swan for a little while. If you're in downward facing dog, pedal through your feet. If you choose to come through a tabletop position, press into the tops of the feet and just sway the hips from side to side. So explore these options. And then as you're ready, we'll all meet in downward facing dog, pedaling through the feet. And you're ready, taking it over to the other side. So left knee towards the left wrist as you swing the left foot to the right. Walk that back knee towards the back edge of the mat. And finding your props once again. So just adjusting, placing a cushion under the left sit bone. And then a cushion just under the right hip crease. Maybe staying upright in the swan position. Or if you prefer, maybe coming onto the elbows. And maybe resting your forehead onto the mat. So notice what is present on this side. I'm going to take 20 deep inhales and exhales here. Finding some release here. So notice what is present in your mind. Perhaps it's feeling a little bit more calm now, more present. So can we choose to see things from a different perspective? If discomfort arises, when discomfort arises, can we choose to see it as an opportunity for growth? Can we choose to see it as an opportunity to release? We'll take 10 more deep inhalations and exhalations here. And then just slowly making your way back up onto the palms. Removing your props. So again, your choice, coming through into tabletop or downward facing dog. Wherever you are, finding some movements that feel good to counteract those stretches. And as you're ready, making your way into a seat and coming onto your back. As you arrive here, hug the knees in towards the chest, give yourself a big hug, starting to rock from side to side. Let's take the hands to the knees and draw circles with the knees clockwise. So massaging through the lower back and the top of the glutes. And then just reversing those circles. Whenever you're ready, releasing the soles of the feet, extending one leg and the other. Getting really comfortable, preparing for your Shavasana. So for today's Shavasana, maybe taking your cushions and placing them under the knees for extra support. As you arrive in your Shavasana, allow the feet to open up, Opening the palms up towards the sky. Close the eyes and just start to scan the body from the crown of the head to the tips of your toes, relaxing through each and every corner of your body. And so you're welcome to stay here for as long as it serves you. If you're ready to bring this practice to a close, slowly wiggle the fingers and the toes. Gently moving the head from side to side, bringing some awareness back to your physical body. As you're ready, hug the knees in towards the chest once again. Thank yourself and thank your body for this practice. And you're ready, rolling over to one side. Maybe creating a pillow with the hands as you find your fetal position. And just staying here for a moment, connecting to your inner child. When you're ready, using your hands to guide you as you find your way back into a seated position, keeping the eyes closed for a moment longer. Let's bring the hands in towards the heart space. And we'll start to rub the palms together, creating some heat in between the palms, creating some energy. Once you have that heat, bring the hands to the eyes and slowly awaken, opening the eyes behind the hands. Sliding the hands to the back of the neck and just gently releasing some tension there. Let's bring the hands back in towards the heart space. Take a deep inhalation and exhale to bow. Thank you so much for sharing your time, your energy and your practice with me today. I hope you enjoyed that practice. Have an amazing day. Namaste.